So, oh god, this is so fucking funny. How do I put this correctly? All right, so I have this woman. All right, so in her mind, it's logical and it makes sense when somebody physically assaults her son, right? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's A-okay, right? But okay, I'm sorry. It's just a stupidity, and this is fucking hilarious. But all right, somebody artistically expressing themselves using their First Amendment right, you know, in my opinion, everyone's God-given right, freedom of speech. No, we can't have that. So, physically assaulting is okay, but artistically expressing yourself using words, that's a no-no. So let me get this straight. If I wanted to, let's say, artistically express myself using physical methods, that would be okay. But since I chose to artistically express myself using my words, no, we can't have that.
For a time I thought you were extraordinary and I was ordinary. Truth is, I'm extraordinary and you're extraordinary. Disease coronary like a mercenary, stationary, fucking missionary. Shot the unfriendly canary. You open your mouth, nothing but dysentery. Give you a sec to open your dictionary. Most live blind with pretend kindness. We walk with a negligent blindness, feeling all too comfortable with our rightness, flinging around our righteousness, afraid to tap into our consciousness. Through life we wander with a melody that's ominous, thinking as a human species we're marvelous, making empty promises, hoping to keep our accomplices, and yet my memory's bottomless. No life is victimless, and here I am staring to the stars. Fate is mischievous. We're all witnesses to frivolous wickedness. Excuse my bluntness, I'll excuse your smugness. Our souls have a numbness to the loveless, our inner compass losing its magnetic wondrous. People act like they're woke, hoping nobody sees them as a joke. Empty words they spoke, walking around looking like they had a stroke. Each syllable equals a fart of smoke. With one stroke of the pen, y'all's fragile morality broke. Now feel the smoke, a swig of coke before I go rogue, and share all that was spoke before I become a ghost. As I stand alone here drowning in the darkness, my soul colder than the Arctic. These poems are probably artless. My eyes lost their sparkle, just a walking carcass, tired of carrying on the 24/7 alertness. I know there won't be a service. I am not nervous. Excuse the curtness as I am being assertive. I am not blind to others' opinions of me. Worthless. For the truth of the matter is, I have no purpose. Like overdosing on laxatives, so many negatives, pushing narratives. I could use many adjectives to depict your motives. Popping a couple of olives, watching y'all play detective, blind perspectives, finding my poetry offensive, getting defensive, realizing you're the additives. Just want to say this before the sun comes down as I begin the countdown. My body beginning to shut down. I've been a huge letdown. How optimistic life used to look, running around the playground. Before I realized I would never have a hometown. My past is non-existent, not even a ghost town. Tired of fighting, placing my hands down. Could pull all the questions out, but sit down, I'ma teach a lesson. Putting your brain in a full Nelson. My poetry massive, could say it's Texan. I looked to the heavens, and I was graced with my weapon. No need to mention what it is, but I reckon you don't have the deductive skills to figure it out. My words are the weapon. Class isn't in session, so all that y'all have done are the resin. Before I rest my feet on the edge of this bridge, ready to see the light like opening the fridge. Maybe my fall would end in a ditch after my head hits a ridge. This life of mine had to have been a glitch. I'd love to flip a switch, rip a stitch, wait for my fingers to start a twitch. My past, I'd love nothing more than to unhitch. Don't need to hear any
God loves you. You have so much to live for.
sales pitch. Speed of light through every quadrant this universe has to offer, like slowly taking her garments off. Maybe I'll show the correspondence, been saving them in the compartments with a few adjustments, enjoying the refreshments, witnessing my opponents become rodents lower than peasants, not even on the level of pheasants, practically 50 with the mind of an adolescent. It's pairing with an assessment and a commencement speech. Probably need a DNA test if you get pregnant, make sure it's your husband's. Cast aside your eyes. I don't give a fuck about your judgments. They're like condiments, always passing on them. Your incompetence is shining, twinkling like ornaments under the lights, adding solvents. Before I kiss a barrel, hugging the trigger with my finger, the child in me gives a whimper. Most of my life, I've been a free thinker. I'm tired of being a thinker. I figure I do nothing but hinder as I clink, rate these shitty poems before sending to the printer. What a surprise. Another stinker. I'd have better luck building a house out of a splinter. Never claimed I wasn't a sinner as I walked towards the timber. Your emotional psychological age is infant, not difficult to look brilliant around you. Stand next to you and in an instant, my IQ hit the millionth. What's been consistent through time is your stupidity. Your intelligence, non-existent. You've been inconsistent. Your lies insufficient. Doesn't matter if you're covert or malignant. My life has me conditioned for this war, stirring in the pigment. Before I wrapped this rope around my neck, waiting for my toes to graze the deck, life was a blank check, but the woman who gave it to me wrote a bad check, living paycheck to paycheck, helping those who would never do the same for a sec. In their memories, only a speck. To humanity, I'm only a fleck. The effort I give them, in return, they call for a rain check. With the faint, I cause others to faint. I hear the complaint, but their opinions are a taint, not so quaint. I never claimed to be a saint. So as you blamed and framed, being shamed, I was mixing the ingredients, creating the pain, pulling out a new canvas while you need practice. Your brain sprained, unable to see the obvious. No wonder your hairline is strained, trying to run away from your forehead. Haven't even used a brain cell with this, and yet makes more sense than all your brain cells combined. Your pride inflamed with this picture I've created from the paint I made from the ingredients you've given me. Before I open my hand and look at the pills, my eyes meet the hills, remembering all the unwanted thrills. Only power I've used getting to this point in my life, my wills. Realizing to everyone I've been nothing but frills. Down my spine, no more chills. Every kind of abuse I've experienced would overfill a landfill. As I extended goodwill, they returned suicide pills, looking to the heavens, asking God, don't you think this is a bit overkill at this point? Every bit of hope, optimism, love, happiness has left like a fire drill. The truth's supposed to set me free, but all I have is answers. So many actors, impressions, deceptions are masters. My life contains so many chapters. My good deeds hanging from the rafters, unknown to all. Supposed to stay, but looking like I'll need to use them, positioning the ladder. As I closed in on the truth, they got madder. Seeing them for who they really are makes me sadder. How stupid I had to be to think they matter. Before my skin feels a razor, inside my mind standing on a glacier was once a stargazer. Imagine a quasar, I felt safer. Too many asteroids hit me in this life, nothing left but craters. Maybe it's time I stop wasting paper and finally meet my maker. Most of the time I contemplate suicide, never basking in sunlight. My heart's made of gold, riddled from the gunfights. They'll never fill their appetites, feeding on the good like parasites, avoiding the pesticides, handing out flashlights, hoping some will pay attention to my insights, so it isn't too late for them when they're in the headlights. So as I take my last steps, feet hit in the ground, tired of screaming, no one hearing, never making a sound, afraid to expound, their hate redound, not able to comprehend my pain, kicking me around like a merry-go-round. Just do me a favor. Forget me in death like you forgot me in life.
I don't think I have ever met somebody so goddamn stupid in my entire goddamn life. And let me tell you something. I met a lot of goddamn stupid people in this life. It's okay to punch my son. It's okay to physically attack my son. But how dare you express yourself with words? No, I can't have that. Oh, God. I don't know what's funnier. That or she seems to have forgotten what country we live in. Because last time I checked, this is goddamn motherfucking America. And in goddamn motherfucking America, it's called freedom of goddamn motherfucking freedom of speech. Oh, God. Now that is what I find hilarious. No, hold on. This is the same lady that wants to project an image, right? So she gets her best Hillary Clinton pantsuit on, makes sure her hair's combed over, that... Let's keep the insults PG rated right now. I'll be kind for once. She wants to project this image, and yet, if you peel back the image and you take down the mask, and you reveal what's behind the curtain, you see how stupid of a woman is behind that image. Or can I say woman? Or would that just be too insensitive? Should I be politically correct? A sentient being that is currently alive with the gender unknown. Gotta be respectful to the other 57 genders, I guess, that are out there. Alright, so in her world, it's okay to physically assault. It is not okay to use words. And that's it.